If you're over 60 and you walk for your health, there's a crucial detail you likely haven't been told. It's not about the benefits of walking. We all know it's good for us. This is about a fundamental gap in the activity itself. A missing piece that, once you understand it, changes everything about how you think about movement, energy, and your own body. Every step you take might be missing the activation of a key muscle deep in your legs. A muscle that acts as a critical engine for your stability and your entire circulatory system. When this engine is disengaged, walking becomes an uphill battle. It can be like trying to drive a car with the parking brake on. You're still moving forward, but you're fighting against yourself the entire time. The engine strains. You burn more fuel. And you're left wondering why you feel so drained after doing something that's supposed to be good for you. You might finish your walk and feel a heaviness in your legs that wasn't there before. You might notice a slight swelling around your ankles by the end of the day. Or perhaps you feel a little unsteady, a little less sure-footed than you'd like to be. For years, you may have been told that this is just a normal part of getting older. That it's something you just have to accept. But what if that heaviness, that fatigue, that unsteadiness, wasn't about your age at all? What if it was simply the result of this one muscle, this hidden engine, being asleep at the wheel? The good news is, this is not a permanent condition. It's a simple mechanical issue with a straightforward solution. Waking up this muscle doesn't require you to walk longer or harder. In fact, it requires the exact opposite. It requires a specific, 2-minute exercise that you can do sitting down. An exercise that acts as a reset button, priming your body so that when you do walk, you are efficient, energized, and stable. This changes the entire game. It transforms walking from a draining chore into the revitalizing activity it was always meant to be. But first, I want to know if this resonates with you. Has this been your experience? If you've ever finished a walk feeling more tired than when you started, I want you to type one word in the comments below. That word is tired. Let's see how many of us have been pushing that car with the brake on. The feeling of fatigue after a walk is a powerful signal from your body. It's a signal we can now learn to interpret, because it points us directly to the source of the issue. So, what is this hidden engine, this missing piece we've been overlooking? It's not a mysterious organ. It's a powerful muscle you use every day, but likely not to its full potential. It's your calf muscle. But we're not talking about its shape or its size. We're talking about its function. A function so vital that it completely reframes its purpose. Deep in your lower legs is what we can think of as your body's built-in pump. I call it your gravity valve. Think about what a pump does. It moves fluid from one place to another. Now, consider the human body. We stand upright against the relentless pull of gravity. Every day, your heart works tirelessly to pump oxygen-rich blood down to your feet. But how does that blood get all the way back up to your heart? This is the heroic job of your gravity valve. With every step you take, the contraction of your calf muscle should act like a powerful squeeze, pushing blood and other fluids from your lower legs upward, back toward your core. It's a sophisticated hydraulic system designed to work in perfect harmony with your heart. But here is the modern problem. After years of sitting in chairs, wearing supportive shoes that do the work for our feet, and walking on flat, unvaried surfaces, this brilliant pump can become dormant. It falls asleep. It's still there. It's not broken. But it's forgotten its primary job. A dormant pump cannot do its job effectively. When you walk with a dormant gravity valve, you are only getting a fraction of the circulatory benefits you should be getting from that activity. The muscle might be moving your leg, but it's not actively pumping. It's like having a perfectly good water pump in your house, but the switch is turned off. The pipes are all in place, but the water just sits there, stagnant. This single point of dormancy is the source of that heavy, tired feeling so many of you described. The blood and fluid simply aren't being returned upward efficiently, so they pool in your lower legs, creating that sensation of fullness and fatigue. It also explains that unsteady feeling. A strong, active calf muscle is a cornerstone of balance. When it's dormant and weak, your foundation is compromised. Your body doesn't feel as securely connected to the ground. Understanding this changes everything. The goal is no longer just to walk more. The goal is to wake up the pump. This is not about adding another strenuous exercise to your day. It's about performing a simple, targeted reset on a system that is already built into your body. A system that is merely waiting for the right signal to switch back on. Does this idea of a dormant pump in your legs help explain what you've been feeling? If this concept clicks for you, if it connects the dots between your walks and that heavy, tired feeling, I want you to let me know. Type one word in the comments below. Pump. Let us know that you see the mechanism behind the problem. Understanding the dormant pump is the first key. The next is seeing how its inactivity creates a ripple effect that touches nearly every part of your day. Now, let's connect the final dots. Let's look at how this one dormant pump doesn't just cause a single issue, but sets off a chain reaction throughout your body. This isn't a random collection of aches and pains. It's a predictable sequence. I call it the stagnation cascade. It's a cascade because one event naturally leads to the next, and then to the next, like a row of falling dominoes. And it all starts with that silent, dormant gravity valve in your legs. The first domino to fall is the most obvious one. When the pump is switched off, it can't fight gravity effectively. Blood and lymphatic fluid begin to pool in the lowest parts of your body, your feet and ankles. This is what leads to that feeling of heaviness, and the visible swelling that many people notice as the day goes on. Your shoes might feel tighter in the evening. You might see the imprint of your sock elastic on your skin. This is domino 1, fluid pooling. Now, the second domino begins to wobble. Because all that fluid is stuck down in your legs, less of it is efficiently returning to your heart and, just as importantly, to your brain. Your heart is a powerful pump, but it can only circulate the blood that returns to it. When the return trip is sluggish, there is simply less oxygen-rich blood available to pump up to your head. This can manifest as a sudden, brief wave of lightheadedness when you stand up too quickly. Or, it can be a more general, low-grade feeling of dizziness or unsteadiness that makes you feel less confident on your feet. This is domino 2, dizziness and unsteadiness. And this leads directly to the third and final domino in this cascade. Your brain is the most energy-hungry organ in your body. It requires a constant, rich supply of oxygen and nutrients to function at its best. When the circulatory return from your legs is sluggish, that supply line is compromised. It's like a city experiencing a brownout. The lights are still on, but they're dimmer. The computers are running, but they're slow. This is what I call afternoon brain fog. It's that feeling of mental fatigue that makes it hard to concentrate, where you feel like you need a nap just to think clearly. It is not a sign of cognitive decline. It is very often a sign of a tired brain, a brain that isn't getting the optimal fuel delivery it needs because a pump in your legs is asleep. This is domino 3, mental fatigue. These three issues, swollen ankles, dizziness, and brain fog, are not separate problems. They are intimately connected symptoms of one single source, the stagnation cascade, initiated by a dormant gravity valve. The beautiful part of understanding this cascade is that you don't have to fight three different battles. You don't need one solution for swelling, another for balance, and a third for energy. By focusing on the source, the first domino, you can address all of them at once. You wake up the pump, you stop the cascade before it even begins. Now, I am incredibly curious to know which part of this cascade resonates most powerfully with you. Your experience is the most important data we have. Look at these three dominoes. Which one is the most familiar in your daily life? Is it domino 1, the swollen ankles and heavy legs? Is it domino 2, the dizziness or unsteady feeling? Or is it domino 3, the afternoon mental fatigue and brain fog? Tell us your number one concern in the comments below. Just name the one that bothers you the most. This will help us all understand the real-world impact of this cascade. The stagnation cascade explains the why. Now, let's introduce the how. The solution is a deliberate, 2-minute practice that serves as a reset for your entire circulatory system. Now, We move from understanding the problem to activating the solution. This is where we take back control. But I need you to shift your thinking for a moment. What I am about to show you is not an exercise in the traditional sense. It is not about building muscle size or pushing yourself to exhaustion. Think of it instead as a priming ritual. We are not trying to force a muscle to grow. We are trying to wake up a dormant system. And you don't wake up a sophisticated pump with brute force. You wake it up with rhythm, with precision, with intention. This 2-minute ritual is the equivalent of turning the key in the ignition of a car that has been sitting for a while. You are not taking the car on a cross-country trip. You are simply starting the engine, letting it idle, and allowing all the fluids to begin circulating smoothly again. You are priming the system for action. When you perform this priming ritual before you go for a walk, you are fundamentally transforming the quality of that walk. You are switching on your gravity valve so that from the very first step, it is actively engaged, doing its job of pumping fluids upward. This is what can change a walk from a draining chore that leaves you with heavy legs into an energizing activity that leaves you feeling lighter and more revitalized. The ritual itself is simple, safe, and requires no equipment. You can do it sitting down. Here is how it works. First, sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, your knees bent at a comfortable angle. Place your hands gently on your knees. This is just to help you feel stable and connected. Now, here is the most important part. It's all about the rhythm. Press the balls of your feet into the floor and slowly, deliberately, lift your heels as high as you comfortably can. Feel the gentle squeeze in the back of your lower legs. Now, hold them at the top for a moment. Just a brief pause, for about 2 seconds. This is the squeeze phase, where the pump is actively compressing. Then, with that same slow control, lower your heels all the way back to the floor. Do not let them drop. The lowering should take another 2 seconds. This is the refill phase, allowing the vessels to fill with blood again. The moment your heels touch the floor, begin the next lift. There is no rest at the bottom. This creates a continuous, rhythmic, pumping motion. That's it. One smooth, continuous motion, a slow lift, a brief pause, a slow lower, and immediately begin again. Aim for a rhythm that feels steady and controlled, not rushed. Continue this rhythmic pumping for just 2 minutes. You are not counting repetitions. You are simply sustaining the rhythm for 2 minutes. That is your priming ritual. You are not straining. You are not sweating. You are simply reminding your body's internal pump how to do its job with efficiency and purpose. I am curious to know how this lands with you. Does thinking of this as a priming ritual, a gentle system reset, instead of a strenuous exercise change how you see it? Does it feel more accessible? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if this shift in perspective from workout to ritual makes a difference for you. The priming ritual is deceptively simple, but its effectiveness hinges on one critical detail, a detail that separates it from every other calf exercise you may have tried. Now, you might be wondering about the specific instructions. Why the slow, deliberate rhythm? Why not just do fast heel raises? This is not a minor detail. It is the very heart of why this ritual works when other movements fail. It all comes down to a simple but powerful analogy. I call it the sponge versus squeegee principle. Imagine you have a large, wet sponge sitting on a countertop. Your goal is to get as much water out of it as possible. If you were to pick up that sponge and give it one quick, hard, jerking motion, what would happen? A few drops might fly off, but the sponge would remain sopping wet. The force was too sudden, too chaotic. The water didn't have time to be systematically pushed out. Now, imagine a different approach. You pick up the same wet sponge and place both your hands around it. You then apply a slow, steady, and continuous pressure. You squeeze and hold. You see a steady stream of water pouring out. You release slowly, and then you repeat. With each slow, sustained squeeze, you wring more and more water out, until the sponge is nearly dry. The slow, sustained pressure was infinitely more effective than the frantic jerk. Your circulatory system in your legs is that sponge. The veins and lymphatic vessels are soft, flexible tubes surrounded by the muscle of your calf. A fast, jerky calf raise is like that quick jerk of the sponge. It creates a sudden, chaotic pressure that doesn't effectively move the fluid upward. It might move it around, but it doesn't create the consistent, directional flow you need. Our priming ritual, with its slow 3 to 4 second rhythm, a slow lift, a hold, and a slow lower, is the equivalent of that slow, sustained squeeze. It applies a gentle but persistent pressure to the sponge of your circulatory system, encouraging a steady, directional flow of fluid up and out of your legs. This rhythm teaches your muscles to act like a slow, powerful squeegee for your circulation, systematically clearing out the stagnation with every single repetition. This is not about building brute strength. It is about training for intelligent, physiological efficiency. You are programming the neuromuscular connection to favor a slow, controlled, and effective pump over a fast and useless one. This is the science behind the 2-minute ritual. It's not the duration that's magical, it's the quality of the movement within that duration. Each slow, rhythmic pump is a clear, deliberate command to your body. Move the fluid. This understanding transforms the ritual from a random movement into a purposeful act. You are not just moving your heel up and down. You are, with every second, methodically wringing out the stagnation that contributes to heaviness, swelling, and fatigue. Now, I want to make sure this crucial point has landed. Did the sponge versus squeegee analogy make the reasoning behind the slow, rhythmic timing clear for you? Does it now make perfect sense why we move with such deliberate slowness? If this principle clicks for you, if you now understand why rhythm beats speed for waking up your circulation, I want you to let me know. Comment, rhythm, below. Let me know that you grasp the mechanics behind the method. Knowing why the rhythm matters is what turns a movement into a tool. The final step to mastering this tool is to make its use so automatic it becomes a natural part of your life. And that is our next crucial step. We have the tool. We have the understanding. Now, we need to make it so simple and automatic that it becomes a seamless part of your life, not another chore on a to-do list. The key to making this stick is not willpower. It is strategy. We need to weave this priming ritual into the existing fabric of your day. The most powerful way to build a new habit is to anchor it to an existing one. This is called habit stacking. You find a reliable, daily event, and you attach your new ritual to it. So, let's make this automatic. What are the best anchors for your 2-minute priming ritual? The most effective time is, without a doubt, right before you go for a walk. This creates the most powerful cause and effect relationship. You prime the pump, and then you immediately use it. The ritual becomes the gateway to your walk, transforming it from the very first step. It's like brushing your teeth before bed. The walk doesn't feel complete without the priming. But maybe you don't walk at the same time every day. That's perfectly fine. This is where other daily anchors come in. Think about your morning routine. Do you have a cup of coffee or tea every single morning? That is a golden opportunity. Make a new rule for yourself. After you take the last sip of your morning coffee, you will do your 2-minute ritual. The ritual is now tied to a consistent, pleasant, daily reward. Perhaps your evening is more structured. Do you sit down to watch the nightly news or a particular television program? The moment the opening credits roll, that is your cue. During the first commercial break, you have more than enough time to complete your ritual. It becomes a constructive pause in your relaxation. The location can be your anchor, too. Do you have a favorite chair? You can decide that every time you sit down in that specific chair, you will do your ritual before you settle in to read or watch television. The goal is to choose one anchor that you know you will not forget. One that is so deeply embedded in your daily life that it will effortlessly pull the new habit along with it. Do not try to do it 3 times a day. Start with one. Just one. Make it so easy that you cannot say no. The consistency of doing it once a day, every day, is infinitely more powerful than doing it sporadically multiple times. You are building a ritual, not checking a box. The cumulative effect of this daily practice is what rebuilds the muscle memory of your gravity valve, teaching it to stay active and engaged throughout your waking hours. This is how you stop the stagnation cascade before it can even begin each day. You are starting your engine in the morning and keeping it idling smoothly. Now, I want you to make a decision. Planning this out is the final step to claiming control. Look at the anchors we discussed. Which one feels most natural and foolproof for you and your lifestyle? What is your chosen cue? Is it before my walk, making it a direct part of your exercise? Is it with my coffee, anchoring it to a morning ritual? Or is it during the news, linking it to your evening wind down? Tell us your chosen cue in the comments below. Just write the phrase. This public commitment is a powerful way to solidify your intention and inspire others in our growing community with their own habit building. Choosing a cue is the final piece of the puzzle. It transforms knowledge into a personal plan. And with that plan in place, you can begin to look forward to the subtle, positive shifts it can bring. Now, I want to paint a picture for you. I want you to imagine what happens when this 2-minute ritual becomes as automatic as brushing your teeth. When you do this consistently, you are no longer just a person performing a task. You are stepping into a new, powerful role. You are becoming the chief mechanic of your own body. A good mechanic doesn't just fix things when they break. A good mechanic performs regular maintenance. They listen to the engine. They notice subtle changes in performance. They feel a sense of pride and confidence in keeping a finely tuned machine running smoothly. That is what you are cultivating. And as your body's chief mechanic, you will begin to notice the subtle, positive shifts in your system's performance. The first thing many people report is the feeling of lighter legs. That familiar heavy, leaden feeling at the end of the day begins to fade. It's replaced by a sensation of ease, as if a weight has been lifted from your ankles and calves. You simply feel lighter on your feet. Next, you might notice a change in your mental clarity. That afternoon brain fog, that brownout we discussed, begins to lift. Your thinking feels sharper. You have more focus. It's as if someone has opened a window in a stuffy room, allowing fresh, oxygenated air to flow freely to your brain. And then comes the sense of stability. That quiet confidence in your own body. You stand up from a chair without that initial moment of hesitation. You walk across a room without instinctively reaching for the wall. You feel more grounded, more connected to the floor beneath you. Your foundation feels solid and secure. These are not dramatic, overnight miracles. They are the quiet, cumulative rewards of consistent, intelligent maintenance. They are the proof that you are no longer a passenger in your health journey, but the skilled pilot in the driver's seat. You are actively reversing the stagnation cascade, not with a pill or a complicated regimen, but with knowledge and a simple, 2-minute ritual. This is the power of understanding your body's own brilliant design and learning how to support it. Now, I want you to look forward. As you prepare to take on this role of chief mechanic, what is the first signal of success you are hoping to see in yourself? What is the first change you are most looking forward to feeling? Is it the physical sensation of lighter legs, free from that heavy, swollen feeling? Is it the mental boost of more energy and a clearer, sharper mind in the afternoons? Or is it the empowering sense of being more grounded and stable on your feet? Share your primary goal in the comments below. Tell us the one thing you are most hoping to feel. Let's put our intentions out there and support each other as we all step into this new, empowered role together. You have done something profound today. You have moved from feeling frustrated by your body to understanding its inner workings. You have identified the source of the stagnation cascade, and you now hold the key to stopping it. This is a fundamental shift. You are no longer a passenger, simply hoping that your walks will be enough. You are no longer resigned to the heaviness and fatigue as an inevitable part of aging. You now have the knowledge and the simple tool to be the chief mechanic of your own body. You understand the gravity valve. You have learned the priming ritual, with its purposeful, rhythmic motion. and you have chosen a cue to weave it seamlessly into your life. This knowledge is your power, and with that power comes a new mission. Your mission is to apply this consistent, gentle maintenance. To prove to yourself that small, intentional actions create profound, lasting change. To show yourself that your body is capable of feeling lighter, clearer, and more grounded. To support you on this mission, we want to make sure you have everything you need to succeed. We have created a simple, free resource for you. It is a PDF we are calling the Gravity Valve Owner's Manual. This is not a complex document. It is your quick reference guide, your cheat sheet. On it, you will find a simple summary of the Stagnation Cascade, a step-by-step reminder of the priming ritual, and a clear list of the daily habit cues we discussed. It is designed to be printed and placed on your refrigerator or kept by your favorite chair, a constant, gentle reminder of your new role. This is our gift to you, to help make your mission as easy and successful as possible. You can find the direct download link for this free PDF in the description of this video below. It is also pinned in the comment section for you to download. What we have started here today is bigger than just one exercise. It is the beginning of a new approach to your well-being. It is about understanding, empowerment, and taking control from the ground up. If this new perspective resonates with you, if you are excited to be the chief mechanic of your body and you want to be part of a community that focuses on this kind of smart, sustainable health, then we would be truly honored to have you join us. By subscribing to this channel, you are not just getting more videos. You are adding your voice to a new conversation. You are helping us build a community dedicated to capability, not limitation. A community focused on what we can do, not what we can't. Your subscription tells us that this is the kind of content you value, and it helps us continue to create it for you. And since every community is built on conversation, we want to hear from you right now as we begin this journey together. We have talked about the mechanics, the physiology, and the habit. Now, let's talk about the joy. Let's talk about freedom. I want you to imagine yourself a few weeks from now. You have been consistent with your priming ritual. Your legs feel lighter. Your head feels clearer. You have more energy and a renewed sense of stability. Now, with this new vitality, where is the first place you will go? What is the destination that feels a little easier, a little more joyful, a little more within reach? Will it be a longer, more enjoyable walk in the park, where you can focus on the scenery instead of your fatigue? Will it be your garden, where you can bend and tend to your plants without that initial hesitation? Perhaps it's a museum you've been meaning to visit, or a longer stroll through the market, or simply feeling more confident and present while playing with your grandchildren. So, tell us in the comments, what is your destination? What is the first place you will go, or the first thing you will do, when you feel lighter and more clear-headed? We are excited to read every single one of your answers as we work to build this new community together. Every shared intention and story of empowerment is what will create a powerful conversation here. This is how we build this community, one shared intention, one story of empowerment, and one destination at a time. Thank you for your time, your focus, and your commitment to your own well-being. Your journey as chief mechanic starts now. We are thrilled to be on this path with you.